continuing with robotics here. So we were talking about how Tesla is trying to introduce the Tesla bot here. Then you have Disney's Exo project here, and one of my favorite companies that that's into robotics is Boston Dynamic here. Now they're known for their Spot the Dog, a robotic mechanical type that can do a lot of things for commercial use, obviously, in particular for industrial use. So to make it easier or safe for employees. Now, they in this article at Boston Dynamics, they say that their new robot can leap, bound, and even do backflips here. So let's see here. So the name of the robot that we have here is Atlas here. So Boston Dynamic engineers have developed a new movement inspired human behaviors by pushing the humanoid robot to its limit. So I think this is what Tesla is trying to replicate, and as you can see, it looks humanoid, but obviously still a long ways before you could actually say it could actually mimic human behavior here. But it's a very good start here if you look at their behavior here. So let's take a closer look. So you can see it's jumping. They were able to actually jump in the video. So let's see if you can find the video here. There you go. So you can see their movements here, like human-like movements, so to speak, right? And what's astonishing is the improvements that they have made in this short time that they're able to provide, making routines, jumping, running, doing backflips, traversing different obstacles. Now, obviously, this has been rehearsed because they can only program certain activities here. But the question here is, uh, can they do actual or mimic actual movements now? But based on the initial videos that they posted, especially in YouTube, it looks tremendous here. So the possibility is getting closer. But the question is, how much further are they going to continue? Now they also mentioned that there have been a lot of headaches that they have to deal with in terms of the trial and error, the heartaches in terms of obviously programming it is one thing, but being able to think for themselves is another here. That's why you need a lot of computing power, advancement in technology to be able to do that, because as human beings we're very special in a way. We're self-powered. We can do a lot of things without even actually thinking. Sometimes we take it for granted. That's why machines trying to replicate human capabilities is so difficult. The fact that they're trying to attempt it is an achievement on its own here. Anyway, so the question here is building the foundation is important here. So obviously, in one of their videos they mentioned that being able to traverse slanted in an obstacle, so balancing your feet, you tend to take it for granted, but obviously for a machine that's a very difficult thing to do. And obviously managing it, providing programs, adjustments over and over to be able to mimic actual movement here. And obviously it's not just a technical issue but a software issue at the end of the day. And to come to a point that it can actually do its movement on its own volition and with its own thinking. How far are we? But maybe it has more immediate application so that you can program mundane tasks, so for machines, or in this case the Atlas, for them to do. So you could just imagine transferring heavy items from warehouses from one to another, or maybe assisting humans from especially if you're handicapped and so forth, right? So there may be technologies that can be utilized in the present, but having a fully humanoid replacement for human beings, maybe we're not yet there. But we'll see. One can only be hopeful. But the only way to move forward is obviously for companies to push and keep on pushing for more innovation and improvement. Such companies as you have Tesla as mentioned, Boston Dynamics is another, and obviously a lot more companies, up and coming and existing companies, who has been trying to push what technology can provide us here.